tap. It's bragging rights here in the GMC here in week 3 on Chatterbox Plus. Fairfield at 4-0 and Princeton at 2-1. And we bid you welcome to Fairfield Arena on a balmy Friday night. It's week 3 in the GMC on Chatterbox Plus. I am excited because I got my partner back, Sean Van Winkle, as we got a great one in the making here tonight. Fairfield with a record of 4-0, a winner in the GMC last year, champions. They're well on their way back, possibly to another title, but in their way tonight, Princeton here at 2-1.
Absolutely. Excitement is the word, no doubt, Jeff. It's December 10th, but for me, this is Christmas Day, man, to be able to come back and call some games for Chatterbox. Thank you to all the guys for allowing me to come back another year and call these awesome high school games. Tonight is electric. Like you said, the Indians are the reigning champs. A titanic GMC battle against Princeton. The Indians are undefeated. Princeton's undefeated in the GMC as well, with only one loss to Moeller. The gyms are no longer empty, baby. They are filled, and they are filled tonight here at Fairfield. And this is going to be a very, very good game, loaded with players and great coaching.
As we get a look here towards the near side bucket, the Fairfield sideline, and we got some time here. So, Coach, let's go ahead to your keys to the ball game.
Yeah, we'll jump right into these here. We're going to do them with the home team first, which is the Fairfield Indians, and then we'll jump in right after that. We'll do the Princeton. So for the Fairfield Indians tonight, Jeff, 3 major keys for them to come away with a victory. Slow Princeton down in transition. What does that mean? Okay, they run the ball up the sideline, Jeff. Princeton does a sideline break, and they are moving quick. And even on misses, they blow it up the middle and run it quick. Number 2, defending multiple actions. Fairfield is going to be put into a lot of different actions defensively. Pin down screens, cut behinds, which are back doors, but they're going to be also looking at a lot of quick hitters that Princeton runs as well. And Jeff, the third key for Fairfield to win is they got to rebound. That's how they won the GMC last year. They were one of the top rebounding teams in the conference. Right now they're at 3. And to help with that rebounding, Jeff, we talked about it early, Amir Rogers is back. He's back. He's healthy for the Indians. He will really help them with the rebounding load.
And he'll start at center tonight as we look to the other side.
Other side, we got the Princeton Vikings are coming in as obviously the away team. They have to be the tougher team. What does that mean? Fairfield has explosive offensive players, and they make big-time runs. In order for Princeton to stop that, you got to get tough on defense. The other thing that Princeton wants to do is push the ball. We talked about it as a key for Fairfield. Princeton wants this to turn into a track meet. Coach Wyatt feels like a fast-paced game is in the favor of the Vikings. And then the third one is a little bit odd, but I want you to listen to me. Contingencies at the rim. Princeton is going to force you sideline, baseline on defense. When the ball's on the wing, sideline, baseline. And a lot of times, your rotation from the weak side is going to be there to take charges, to block shots. But it is something that's going to happen in order for the Vikings to stop Fairfield, because they're going to get to the rim. They're going to get to the rim. So those are the keys for both teams tonight. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Like I said earlier, 2 really, really good coaches.
Well, you and I have been salivating all week long. Yep. It's like we had our pregame chat a few days ago, and you and I were like excited like we were kids. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And we can't wait for this one. We do want to tell you, and while we have a chance to talk through this, Fairfield is number 1 right now, tied for number 1 in the GMC. They got a 2-0 conference record with Sycamore, Lakota East, and with Princeton, who we'll see tonight. However, it's the overall record that you pay attention to here as we talk about the Greater Miami Conference for just a second. Fairfield's at 4-0. Sycamore is also tied atop the overall standings at 4-0. Lakota East at 3-0, and Princeton right behind at 2-1, tied with Lakota West. We'll obviously talk about our main players here in a moment, but as far as the GMC overall, You a little surprised that Sycamore's right at the top here for the first couple of weeks?
A little bit. It's early. The verdict's still out. They have some good players. They have a Division I player in Sutherland, and we have some great players here. Looking at the wins though, Geoff, like Fairfield, Richmond Heights, really, really good team out of Indiana. LaSalle, they blistered LaSalle down in Cheviot. Coleraine, they took care of Coleraine. And then they beat Hamilton here on Tuesday night. Chatterbox had that game. And then looking at Princeton, their only loss is Moeller. Okay, they got 2 GMC wins. 2 of the bottom tier teams, Oak Hills and Coleraine, is Princeton's wins. But, the GMC's loaded. Me and you talked about it. I don't know if it's top heavy yet, but I'm starting to feel like it might be a little bit. But, man, it's loaded with players. There's no doubt about it.
Before we head to a timeout, want to tell you as far as the tail of the tape, and this is really interesting to talk through. Fairfield is averaging just under 69 points a ball game through this early part of the season. I know it's only 4 games, a small sample. That's awfully good. Princeton at just under 66, 65.7. I think the telling stat and why both the teams are actually near the top of the standings. Fairfield is shooting 52% from the floor. Princeton just a hair under 51.
Unbelievable. When I told you the biggest stat that stuck out to me for Fairfield this season, 17 assists on 22 field goals against the Big Blue on Tuesday night of Hamilton. That is unbelievable. You know me with my passes. Everybody makes fun of me because I love passing. I love bounce passes. But I'm telling you, if you share the ball like Fairfield has been sharing it, they are going to be hard to beat. And to get 3 guards, D1 guards,
yes, to
give it up and play for the team, they got a really good thing going right now.
Well, obviously the assist numbers will bear mentioning, and we'll talk through that here as we progress through the game. We are due for a timeout. When we return, we'll have the starting lineups and the opening tip-off here in Week 3 here on Chatterbox Plus. And if you're ready now, let's give you the starting lineups here in this ball game. Let's go with the home team first. Fairfield's at 4-0, 2-0 in the GMC. Their head coach is DJ Wyrick in his 3rd year at the helm, 25-21 after spending his time over at Vandalia Butler, where he compiled a record of 57-37. Number 0 is Ray Coney at 6'2", a junior guard. Number 2 is Deshaun Krim, 6'2", a junior guard as well. 3 is Colin Tolbert, 6'2", a senior guard. 11 is Logan Woods, 6'4", a senior guard. And 24, tonight's center is Amir Rogers, 6'7", a junior. Princeton comes in with a record of 2-1. They're also 2-0 in the GMC. The Vikings are led by Brian Wyatt in his 2nd year at the helm, 10-7 after spending 12 years at Hughes. Number 0 is Isaiah Myers will start, 6'6", a senior guard. Number 1, Rodney Harris at 6'4", a senior forward. 2 is Riley Woods at 5'8", a junior guard. 5 is Dorian Williams at 6'4", a sophomore guard. And 21, Joey Chaney, 6'2", a junior guard. As we get to see the hype video here at Fairfield. And while you and I have a moment, Sean, we have to give props to Aaron Blankenship, who runs the ship here, the athletic director at Fairfield. Things like a hype video to show off his school is just beautiful.
Yeah, well, we get the pregame stuff. There's a DJ. There's a hype video. I mean, they got a DJ here tonight. There's a hype video. If you haven't been to the arena lately, you need to come. They have painted the arena. They've added new graphics. And the arena looks unreal right now.
Yes.
So it's amazing.
And we do have something close as we close in on a full house. As we call it, get towards a full house here at the arena at Fairfield. This is a far cry from what you and I got to see a year ago. And in fact, one of our more memorable games here was a playoff game.
Yeah.
It wasn't between these two schools. It was Mason and Lakota West. And we did get to see the vestiges of a crowd start filing in, but so much of the year we saw empty stands. Tonight, it's a beautiful thing to see.
And if I remember that correct, Geoff, I think I lost to you on the over-under on May 3s that night. You crushed me that night. But yeah, seeing this crowd is amazing. I got chill bumps right now, man. This is high school basketball at its best. Fairfield Indians coming back off a GMC title, and the Princeton Vikings losing Bowden Hardman. We haven't talked about it. We will tonight. Their Ohio State commit is out for 4 to 6 weeks with an injured foot. How will these guys respond against the best team and probably, arguably, Southwest Ohio with Centerville?
Fairfield's in the home white tonight with the red trim. It's the red unis tonight for visiting Princeton with the gray and the white trim and numerals. So it's Amir Rogers to jump center with, believe it or not, Riley Woods. You want to talk about a little guy, and the ball is controlled by Fairfield, and away we go here at the arena. It's Rogers, mid-post, lost it, regains it, and will reset. Here's a drive to the rack, 2-0
wow.
On the running layup by Logan Woods.
Woods using his left hand, control with his body, an unbelievable take to start the game. We're in this Princeton offense now, Geoff. Princeton runs the style of Princeton offense, throws it out of bounds.
Rodney Harris mistimed a pass. He thought he had an outlet, and Isaiah Myers out on the sideline. Isaiah went baseline or down the sideline, and we head the other way.
Mistime is a great word, Geoff, because that timing is key on that offense, man.
2-0 to score here at the arena on a Logan Woods runner. And now, here's another runner, and good for Ray Coney.
Good, strong. 2 layups to start the game, attacking the rim, not settling for threes.
Coney averaging just over 9 points a ball game, 4-0 with 7:14 to go. Here's Myers, down the lane he goes, and breaks the drought. Isaiah averaging just under 11 points a ball game, 4-2, and it's turnover.
Up the heat, Geoff. They're turning up the heat. They want to get a fast-paced game.
Myers checked by, Rogers, and he takes him right to the rack. High off the window, no foul called, and they'll reset. 3 off the wing, and no good for Joey Chaney. They'll keep it up front.
Chaney was 5 for 8 the other night, coming out party. Very good three-point shooter for Princeton as they get into their offense here.
High low for Myers, high off the window, and he ties it up.
All made baskets, man-to-man, full-court pressure.
So just as fast as Fairfield got off to that 4-0 run, back comes Princeton on a 4-0 run of their own.
Both teams attacking the glass offensively.
Tolbert behind a high screen. Rogers top of the key. 3 on the way! Deshaun Krim logs on.
Coach Wyrick said Krim worked extremely hard in the offseason to be a very, very prolific three-point shooter.
To the rack, and no good for Harris. They'll keep it up front. Chaney reclaims, he gives it up, he gets it back, and they'll reset. Chaney, the runner, to the hole he goes. He can't get it to go. The rebound, the putback for 2 for Rodney Harris.
Rodney Harris, football kid, athletic, active on the boards.
Both teams want to run here in the early minutes.
That press is making Fairfield play faster than they want. Coach Wyrick wants a much slower game.
Bad attempt for Riley Woods, but he's saved there by Harris. He can't get it to fall, and with 5:20 left to go here in this opening quarter, we'll see if Fairfield slows it down just a skosh.
Yeah, they want to run a half-court offense. Usually like to get into some ball screen actions with Amir Rogers.
Colin Tolbert handles. He's the transfer from Kemba Prep, and he also played a year over at Mount Healthy
2
years ago.
Freshman, sophomore year. Yeah,
we got a hold up top.
Williams putting all kinds of pressure on Tolbert, trying to make him play fast. Tolbert is a very, very experienced player, well-rounded player. I asked Coach Wyrick, how's he fitting in? He says he's a better person than a player, and that always helps. He's a real good high IQ, high character kid.
That's the first on Dorian Williams, the first foul of this ball game with 5:01 left to go here in this opening period. 7-6 is your score. Just a high-flying game here on the outset. If there was any feeling out tonight, partner, I think they've really already done that.
Oh, yeah, yep. Princeton guarding their actions well. They like to get into some sets. We're getting a 5-second call here.
Gets by Woods, now gets some help, and now we'll have to come back outside. Tolbert, a long 3 off the mark, off the rim, up front, and here comes Princeton trying to take a lead. Oh, beauty move. Isaiah Myers on the little jump cut and the bucket.
Myers, very explosive going to the rim there. one of their better defenders.
And we've got our first lead change of the ball game at 8-7.
They're running a little Iverson cut there where they go off to 2 high screens at the top, trying to get a clear out for Krim on the weak side. Here's the thing, man. These coaches know each other already. They're guarding each other well. It's going to come out to who's got players and who can make adjustments.
Logan Woods triggers. Coney up top, and now Tolbert. Oh, beauty spin. Takes it to the rim. Off the back end, he gets his own mistake. The rebound to Rogers, and we've got a foul.
Looks like Rogers might have pushed him in the back, going for the ball there. Got a good crew tonight. Really good crew tonight. One of some of the GMC best. Very good call. Princeton was blocking out. It was over the back.
So Rogers picks up his first. Team fouls are even at 1 apiece as we're at the halfway point of this first period. 8-7 in favor of visiting Princeton, and we head the other way.
That hurts to have turnovers like that, Jeff. I mean, just ill-advised. Doesn't have a ton of varsity experience, Chaney, but he's getting his stripes here tonight.
Logan Woods, the Wright State commit, triggers. He gives it up and he gets it back. He'll take it up front.
Straight clear out.
To the rack. And it's rejected, and some contact down in the paint. He got some contact from Isaiah Myers. And Isaiah a little fear.
Yeah, well, the block was clean, and then he came down, and then he pushed the kid. So they got the push on the foul. It was not the block. That was a clean block.
First on Myers, a second team foul on visiting Princeton.
Flex screen, down screen here. They'll switch them both.
Krim, the team's leading scorer, jump stop in the lane, charge.
Yep, he was there. Great charge by Chaney. They're trying to run these clear outs and these isolations for Fairfield because they push the ball to the baseline. And it's contingencies at the court. That was one of the keys. One of them was take a charge. Look what just happened. That was a contingency at the basket. Chaney stepping up and taking a charge.
Fairfield initially showed 2-3, and now they go to a man, and this one goes out of bounds. And as soon as we had all this scoring here in the first few minutes, all of a sudden we've got a lull, and that's what you expect in a game like this.
2 turnovers in a row, both teams. Over the back, charge, down here, Chaney missed the thing, missed the pass, and then he just dribbled out of bounds. So we had 4 straight turnovers. They'll settle in, though, Jeff. They'll settle in.
Princeton showing man pressure. They quickly break off. And it's Woods with the ball.
These are ball screen actions with a little flare. Nice.
By the way, Owen Bronston in the ball game for Fairfield. That's the first substitution. And we move back the other way with Riley Woods. Shut off mid-post.
Getting into their actions here. They like to get the ball at pinch post and then play off that.
Woods looking inside, puts it on the deck. And their substitution had come on in, and David Steele, he wears 23 towards the top of your screen. He has the ball now between the circles. Myers looking to create, stop and go around Tolbert. That's a matchup, and he'll take it right to the rack.
Yeah, Tolbert gambled for that steal and gave up body position, and that really hurt him for him to get the ball straight to the back. What energy is he playing with here tonight? Myers, tons of energy, man.
He's got 8 points. He has outscored Fairfield in this ball game. Princeton leads it 10-7.
Nice cut.
High-low, Krim. Did he step out?
No, he got a foul.
So tapped on his way out. He got bailed out by Princeton.
Yep. They run some good actions, Jeff, on this 1-4 baseline set on underneath out of bounds plays. As we got Williams coming back in the game for the Vikings.
Williams at 6'4", a sophomore, averaging just under 11 points a ball game. You would have been very complimentary about him in our pregame chat.
I love it. Nice little play for Krim here.
From the corner, he can't get it to fall, and this one will stay.
We'll stay here. Harris wants the illegal screen called out. Working the official a little bit.
Yep.
Working the official. Myers is out now, but a good breather for him.
So stay up front. Nothing on the direct entry.
Got to bounce that in.
2:09 left to go here in this first period. 10-7 in favor of Princeton. Off the catch. The three is aired by Bronston. The putback for two.
Yeah. Krim with a great rebound. Worked on his body, Coach said in the offseason. You can look at him. Kid looks way stronger than last year. Put a lot of time in the weight room, able to get that offensive rebound.
Deshaun has 5. It's 10-9 with under 2 to play. Chaney has it around the arc. Woods trying to create. Flips it back outside. They stay outside. Steal. And now some motion as they're trying to find a shot.
Very good defense.
Taken away. Grimm, outlets. Here's Coney into the lane. Nice use of the elbow. He takes it and goes glass and gives Fairfield the lead.
Great control, great body control.
4 for Ray. 11-10. Our second lead change of the ball game.
Interesting matchup here is Woods guarding Chaney. That tells you how much respect they gave Chaney because Woods is the best defender on the team.
3 off the back iron. 1 and done this time after the Dorian Williams miss.
Got numbers. Got a number. One more. There it is.
Krim, nice step around. Driving baseline. Oh, jump step in the lane. That's a beauty.
That was nice. Went off 2 feet. Gathered himself. Come together. Went off 2 feet. What great control by Krim.
Here's Harris to the hole. High off the window. The rebound goes to Dorian Williams to stick back for 2. As we go under 30 seconds left to go in this first period, 13-12.
You got to think this is going to be last shot, Geoff, for Fairfield. They'll run some of their quick hitters here as they're getting set up. I can't tell who's going to shoot. They have so many really good guards.
And maybe Tolbert, who has it now. He's double teamed. Wrap around Bronston, back outside, it's taken away, and we cannot get a shot off, and that's the way this first period ends. An exciting one here in the first 8 minutes at the arena. Fairfield has a 13-12 lead here on Chatterbox Plus. (13-12) after a fast-paced first 8 minutes here at Fairfield Arena. Along with the coach, Sean Van Winkle, I'm Geoff Kim. Our thanks to our producer tonight, the mighty one, Reed Mouse, and our videographer tonight, making sure that you can see the shots, Ian Callowmeyer. Your impressions of the first 8 minutes so far?
Beginning it was all Princeton. They were at both teams going up and down the court. That's what Princeton wanted to do. Princeton attacked the glass a lot. As the quarter progressed, they started slowing down and getting into a pace for Fairfield. So both teams are really kind of at a pace here where we're starting with a technical.
So it's on to Sean Krim. He picks up his second. And the free throws will be taken by Rodney Harris to the line, 6'4" senior. He is a 90% shooter at the stripe this year. He makes the first.
Did you see the rationale for the technical?
I did not. You feel like, given some of the histrionics that we did see about 5 minutes ago, that it might have been some of the whip.
Yeah, they were kind of talking a little bit, but you can expect that. Had to be bad because this is a pretty good crew. They don't just hand out technicals that easy. But
by the way, we now have our third lead change of the ball game, as Fairfield, after 2 makes by Harris, will get possession right at half court.
And we flip down here, Geoff. We got Woods now guarding Myers, okay, and not guarding Chaney. So Meyer had a great first quarter. So guess what Coach Wyrie does? He says, I'm going to put the Defensive Player of the Year candidate on Myers. Now, I asked him about that Defensive Player of the Year, and he told me Woods is the best defender in the GMC by far.
By the way, we've got a delay in the game, and that's just because DJ Wyrick got a long explanation.
Yeah, you gotta explain to the coach what your players do.
Harris outside, and it's tapped away, saved by Chaney. They'll reset. Nearly traveled, and now they'll work around the rim.
Getting into their actions.
And now it's thrown away, and now it will stay up front. Boy, so that was a grease pig on that sequence. Riley Woods mishandled it. Deshaun Krim tried to come up with it.
Right.
He lost the handle, and it will stay up front.
And then Mason King had a chance to get it and thought the other guy had it. So just rolls out of bounds. They run underneath out of bounds play here.
High into Cheney.
Right
14-13.
Nice curl.
Here's the shot. Dorian Williams can't get the fall off that low left.
We get a foul on Williams too. Again, Krim going into rebound. Jeff, I said earlier how he's worked on his body, his physicality, getting both defense and offensive rebounds. That's nice when you got a player that's a guard that's going in and getting him rebounds, as he's getting a nice little break now.
Tolbert and Rogers are back in. So if nothing else, you would imagine DJ Wyrick needs a little bit more scoring punch here in these middle minutes.
Yeah, they got the guys to do it. That spurt ability is what Coach Wyatt was scared about, because, I mean, if you look at their games, I think against LaSalle, they outscored them like 28-3 in the second quarter, so they have the ability to do it quick.
Here's a spot-up three from the corner. Too long, but it'll stay up front. Ray Coney will handle. Check by Cheney.
Little dribble drive action, trying to get into the paint.
Tolbert, what a move, and one!
Here's the thing, the reason he gets that three, you got Woods in the corner who's not going to help. His defender's not going to help. We got instant replay here. Look at Woods in the corner. They're not going to leave him. It allows Tolbert to go right between them. You want to close that gap as a defender, but you don't want to leave Woods. Now look for him next time to do the same thing and kick it for the three. What a great take by Tolbert.
And in a span of 30 seconds, Dorian Williams picks up his third. Yeah. Well, his second in the last 30 seconds, his third overall.
Yeah, do you play kids with two? I got Coach Matt Wilhelm that took over me, Ross. He always played kids with 2 fouls in the first half. I was scared to death to do it because they'll get their third. But you got to roll the dice when you're playing the best team in the league.
So Tolbert gets the old-fashioned three. Minute gone on by here in this one. It's back to a Fairfield lead at 16-14.
Look at that, the baseline's wide open. Good spacing by the Vikings here, Jeff. Very good spacing. Again, Woods is all over him.
Myers back out to Harris for three. He gives Princeton the lead.
Big three. Draw two, kick out. Nice little shuffle pass out as the Indians come down with Tolbert. Again, we talked about Woods as a defender, but man, look at Tolbert as a point guard.
Here's a three to answer back.
He just made that pass. What a great pass by Tolbert.
Owen Braunston logs on for the first time tonight, and it's our sixth lead change at 19-17. Three for Woods.
I really like how they guarded that. Got numbers.
Too long for Coney. He saves it, or did he? No, he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
So we head the other way with 5:53 left to go till halftime. Partner, we've seen one tie and count them already, 6 lead changes in this one.
Absolutely, and Fairfield's adjusting on the fly on how to guard people. That last time on the ball screen, they went under to force him to shoot, force Woods to shoot the three. They're daring him to beat him from the outside.
I think we had a substitution.
He just didn't check in with the clock. That drives me nuts. The guy sees him come in. He sees him come in, but yet the adjustments on defense right now early in the game have been really good for both teams.
The young man coming in to trigger, Jaden Arnold at 6 foot tall, a freshman.
Little 1-2-2 press. Fairfield threw this in to their game plan against the Hamilton Big Blue to force quick shots.
Harris fills the lane outside. Myers triggers three. And that's off the back iron and tapped out.
Jeff, that's a turnover. So they press like that to either get a steal or make them shoot a quick shot. They shot a quick shot. That's as good as a turnover. So that's the defense that the 1-2-2 press will do for you for the Indians.
A little quick reset as Isaiah Myers, who's been hot as anything here, has 8 points to lead all scorers. 19-17, a 2-point advantage in a game that Coach and I have been salivating all week for.
Here's the clear out again.
Oh, beauty. No finish, though, however, and they'll reset. So Tolbert on the miss.
Boy, Rogers got a mismatch inside. He's got Woods on him. There it is.
Rogers fouled. Low on the left.
Yeah. I tell you that Woods was guarding with everything he had, but I think he kind of held onto his arm a little bit.
You want to talk about a mismatch. Riley Woods is 5'8" on the roster, And Amir Rogers is 6'7".
Yep. Here's Myers with the steal.
Myers into the forecourt, has it picked away by Tolbert. Boy, that was a beauty.
Look how he's just so savvy as a player.
Here's a three!
So savvy as a player. Woods with the big three.
Logan Woods for the first time from long distance, a 42% shooter. And it's a lead, the extension of a lead, 22-17.
Going under those screens, forcing those guys to shoot the three and not get to the basket. Great adjustment by Coach Wyrick from the first quarter to the second.
Myers and now Jaden Arnold, and they play it back up on top for Riley Woods. By the way, this 5-point margin, this is the biggest lead of the ball game. Drive by Harris for two. So Harris now has 9, and we got a timeout.
Yeah, and they bring everybody up on offense here. If you see this, everybody's up by above the foul line, then the corner, opens up the lane. It's a one-on-one with Rogers. Rogers is looking for him to pass, so he was kind of standing straight up, and then he just took him straight to the basket, and he is a very, very good driver, Harris is.
You see Isaiah Myers just doing a little politicking at the top of the key. I don't know. Coach, you can tell me what that's all about.
Yeah, these players are just trying to compete at such a high level. When you got good referees that'll talk to you like these guys will, it's really good for the game of basketball. So he misses his first one.
Front end of the one bonus, no good. So Coney on the misfire, and it's still 22-19 as we come up on the halfway point of the second quarter.
Yeah, he's in the stance now, Jeff. Amir's guarding in the stance. He's not standing straight up this time.
Drive by Myers, score by Myers.
That was a great take. One of the best defenders in the GMC, and Myers just took it right at him. He's had 3 or 4 layups right at the rim.
Coney outside, 3 for Princeton, down the well she goes.
They just share the ball so well and see the open guy, and their feet are ready, their hands are ready, and they're knocking down threes. Very hard to defend as he has 6 points off 2 threes.
And those are big points off the bench. High-low, nowhere to go for David Steele, who's back into this contest.
They're not real deep, Fairfield. They'll play 7, but they have 7 really good players.
Oh, especially the young men who are starting, who have a legitimate D1 college talent.
Absolutely. We can talk a little bit about some of their offers. We have time, but those guys have been recruited locally, Miami of Ohio, and some other people, both Tolbert and Krim. Went to the Miami of Ohio and UC game on an unofficial visit. Both of them did.
And, of course, Logan Woods is going to Wright State.
Wright State, yep.
We had the other way. 2:42, so a lot of passing on the last sequence, but no finish.
No finish. And then you got Coney. I mean, we're talking about these 3 other guys, and Coney, he's a GMC, all GMC players. We get a timeout here. Is it a 30 or full?
We'll hold things right here with 2:42 left to go here in this one. One of the things that is already apparent is similar efforts, or I should say, let me beg your pardon on this.
Yep.
You have common opponents. In fact, in the case of Princeton, they came off a win over Coleraine where they blew them out. Fairfield had already blown out Coleraine back last Friday, and get this score, 68-20. How would you like to have been a fly on the wall on that one?
Can I give you a stat? Coleraine had more turnovers than points. That's not good. I think they had 23 turnovers and like 20 points, but, you know, Coach Kerr coming into the GMC at Coleraine, great coach. He'll get the Cardinals going, but it's not going to be against the Fairfield Indians or Princeton for sure. I love seeing teams come out of a timeout, see what kind of set play they're going to run. Fairfield's done a lot of just clearing out and drive actions on their set plays. Let's see what they come out of the timeout with here.
You mentioned Coney, by the way, just a minute ago. Incredibly talented. His future is probably going to be in college football, but it says quite a bit for him to start on this team. He gives it up. Here's a 3 from the corner. No good for Logan Woods. And we've got some contact down low. And we're getting a look at Andre Wyatt, by the way. Brian Wyatt, beg your pardon. Out on the sideline, some histrionics of his own.
Well, Brian Wyatt is a great coach, rising coach. This summer, he went and spent some time down in Texas with Chris Beard. And he went down there, Jeff, to talk to Chris Beard, who was the coach at Texas Tech, about the defense. When I told you earlier, they're trying to push people to the sideline. He got that from Chris Beard. Coach Wyatt is a basketball junkie as he misses his first free throw.
So no good for Bronston, who was 2 for 4 coming in. Here's a 15-footer. Off the back iron, too hard for Jaden Arnold, his first shot attempt of the night.
Good transition defense.
Catch and release. Tolbert, a straight-on 3. One and done this time down. Arnold has the ball.
A little surprise, like you said, one and done. A little surprise. Fairfield's got a lead here. I'm a little surprised they didn't try to run a little bit of motion offense, ball screen actions like they do, as Princeton's getting in their 5-up action.
Oh, that's a beauty. A high, low, and 1! Fouls on Tolbert.
Yeah, that 5-up action is really good because you got the big driving out of guard, and it's a cut behind, and he did a great job of making what kind of pass, Jeff? Bounce pass. I love it. So what a great pass.
That's just the 14th foul against Fairfield this half. They've been really clean here in this one.
Yeah, both teams have played a really good game defensively and clean as he steps up and hits the traditional old school three-point play there. Yeah, both teams. As now Princeton has a chance to put that press on and try to speed up Fairfield for a quick shot or a turnover here.
By the way, Isaiah Myers averaging about 10.7 points a ball game. He's already got 13, and we're still $140 away from the end of this first half.
He's having a great game of getting the ball right at the rim. Nice cut.
Bronston again. No finish this time. Tapped out, and we have the other way. Last touch by Rogers.
Boy, does Harris do a lot or what, Jeff? He does a lot on offense and down their interior defenses. He's running the floor here.
Here's Harris. Lost out of bounds by Rogers. He'll stay up front.
He just plays with so much energy, Harris does. He's tired. He may be coming out right now, or he might be hurt. Now coach is leaving him in, but he's their glue guy. He does so much for the Vikings. Coach Wyatt loves his energy.
For Princeton, Steele out. And Dorian Williams back in. He's filling up space out on that near elbow.
Referee's worried about them shirts being tucked in.
Here's Cheney stuck on a double team. The wraparound lost. Oh. Rogers comes up with it, and here comes Fairfield on the run. Here's Coney down the lane to the rack, high off the window for 2.
Little English, put a little spin on that. Little English. All started with the 6'7" kid diving on the floor.
Cheney in and out.
Look at this.
Saved and out of bounds. So Isaiah Myers got a hold of it, but stepped out on the sideline.
Yeah, it all started with that dive earlier for the Indians. Then he gets a transition. Watch the English he uses. Spins it off, old school style. What a great play by Coney.
I know he's a little shorter.
Yep.
But that had a feel of round mound of rebound down the lane.
Oh, yeah. Using the English.
Charles Barkley would have been proud.
Oh, yeah.
27-24 as we're down to 50 seconds left to go in this first half.
I'd like to see Fairfield run this ball screen offense here a little bit. They're going to keep running it. At this point, you take the last shot.
Bronston down low. Logan Woods stuck, and we head the other way. 32.8 seconds left to go, and we'll see if Princeton plays for a final shot, and with a 3, they can tie it up.
Yeah, I think Woods was looking for somebody to cut there. He's talking to Bronston about moving because he couldn't get him the ball as they're communicating down at the other end right now, but they run some set plays. Princeton runs some set plays. I would not be shocked. Well, I know they'll take the last shot. They have to. But they'll run a quick hitter into it. Maybe a clear out for Myers going to the baseline.
15 seconds to go.
Down to 15.
Caden Stevens is in the ballgame. He wears number 3 for Princeton. The ball's in the hands of Woods.
Charge.
Outside and a charge.
That's a charge. Yep.
With 6 seconds left to go.
Fairfield had a foul to give, too, there. They could have maybe fouled him, but that was a great charge. Woods a little bit out of control, uncharacteristic of him. It's hard to stop and play off 2 feet when you're going that hard downhill towards the rim.
Steele comes back into this ball game in place of Stevens.
Now they do not have a foul to give Princeton as he's trying to get somebody. They're worried about this jersey getting tucked in. There we go.
So Chaney will check out.
So right now you got to make him catch in the backcourt and not running. Now he's running. There you go.
Here's Tolbert. Down the lane to the rack. And it's off the window. No, the three won't count. And wouldn't have gone anyways for Mason King. Beg your pardon, for 23 for David Steele. And this first half has come to a close. A frenetic pace in this one. And through 16 minutes, it's 27-24. Back to wrap things up in the first half. And look ahead to half number 2 when we return here on Chatterbox Plus. 27-24, we're at the half here at the arena in Fairfield, along with the coach, Sean Van Winkle. I'm Geoff Kim. Reed Mouse is our producer tonight. He's doing double duty here in Fairfield this week. He got to call the game with Trace Fowler on Tuesday as the home team blew out Hamilton in that one by 20. And he's with us producing tonight. Ian Kallmeyer is our videographer here in this one. Partner, as we look at the first half numbers, you and I were, I don't want to say stunned, but we saw this as a true defensive effort through 16 minutes, and the numbers bore it out.
They do. There's 19 turnovers total, which is a little surprising. But looking at these keys of the game, you know, Fairfield wanted to slow Princeton down. Did they? Maybe a little bit. There was some spurts where Princeton was going. Fairfield did want to rebound, win the rebounding war, which they are out-rebounding Princeton 13-9 in the first half. And then Princeton, Jeff, one of the things I felt like they really needed to do was be tough against Fairfield. And I'm telling you, man, these Vikings are not backing down. They've been a very tough team tonight, especially on defense, and they're making it really tough for the Indians. The adjustments at halftime, that's what me and you want to see. What's Coach Wyrie going to do? What's Coach Wyatt going to do? I think the adjustment for Fairfield, that 1-2-2 press, which they didn't run a lot of, I look for them to run that a little bit more, maybe to speed up Princeton on taking a quick shot.
Isaiah Myers leading all scorers with 13 points. Inside the three-point line, he was 6 for 6.
He was. Getting it right at the rim. Top heavy for Princeton. You got Myers and Harris with 13 and 9. And then you look down at Fairfield scoring. And again, Jeff, it's like it's been all year. Very balanced all the way through with about 5 or 6 guys already getting on the scoring path for the Indians.
Deshaun Krim has 7 points to lead the Indians here in this one. Should be a fun 16 minutes left to go. You and I were talking about the closeness of this game. We've seen 6 lead changes so far in this game. No one's led by more than 5.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to get with two teams that are really fighting hard to get the GMC title. 5:30 in the morning shooting Princeton that has done all year. 5:30 in the morning. I said, Coach Wyatt, why? He goes, I want our guys to be mentally tough on Friday night in the GMC games. That's what he told them at half, guys. We didn't get up at 5:30 in the morning all week to come here and lay down. So these guys are ready to play. They are mentally tough, and we're going to have a great second half.
Fairfield has the ball. They'll attack the south end to start half number 2. Krim with 7 points. Here's Woods for 3! And that's a great way to get things started here in half number 2.
Yep, little sideline action with Krim and Woods playing 2-on-2. Great call by Coach Wyrick coming right out of halftime to get the Wright State commit a wide open 3. Off an assist.
We didn't see many of those in the first half. Both teams have been really good with sharing the ball, but the way the defense has played in the first half, we didn't see a lot of sharing. As Chaney lost it and saved it back outside, it's Woods, tapped away from him, out of bounds, and we head the other way.
You're right, there wasn't a ton of sharing, but a lot of good defense, a lot of turnovers. But
just 2 assists for Princeton in the first half, 4 for Fairfield.
Very uncharacteristic for both teams coming into play.
Well, given that Fairfield at somewhere in the area of 14 assists a ball game, and same with Princeton. Lost on the floor. Here we go the other way. Here's Myers to the rack.
Another turnover, and Myers with something different tonight, a layup. Totally kidding. He's had about, that's his 7th layup, I think.
And I feel like that's all been down that left lane line as well.
Yep, he's definitely been working the left side of the basket.
Another turnover. Oh, no finish, but they'll stay up front. Woods to drop off. Harris, no answer. So we got a foul and a technical one at that one as well. So Riley Woods, I don't know if there was some extracurriculars or extra lip.
Coach really felt like there was a foul in transition. And as a player, Woods expressed his concern to the referee, which you cannot do. You cannot do as Woods steps up, and he's a 50% free throw shooter, which is a little odd. He hasn't got to the line a lot, but
coming into this game, just 6 attempts, so he makes both.
Yeah, makes them both. But you gotta let the coach talk as Coach Wyant's standing there working the officials.
So it goes back to a line that I really love in life. You may have the right to remain silent, you just may not have the ability to do so.
That's true. That's true. Did you tell my wife that?
32-26 after the 2 makes.
I usually get that a lot. So here's how we started, Jeff. Look, we hit a 3 by Woods to start the quarter, right? Mm-hmm. 3 straight almost turnovers. They didn't get that turnover. They called a foul. But almost 3 turnovers as the Vikings are ramping it up on a defensive end.
That's on Chaney. That's his second. And already 2 team fouls here in this second half for Princeton. And now we got a timeout.
This is a timeout for Coach Wyant to talk to the referees. Only a 30-second.
And we'll take a step away for a quick. No, we'll step away for a quick second here on Chatterbox Plus.
Yep.
Choose the Weiler way today. The competitive spirit runs strong right here at Geoff Weiler. I played football and I coached. That passion still runs deep here at Geoff Weiler. Rooted in family, driven by you.
It's crispy, juicy, tender, as in juicy and tender, and crispy. McDonald's Crispy Chicken Sandwiches.
Get a crispy chicken or a spicy crispy chicken sandwich, medium fries, and a medium soft drink, only $6.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Out of the timeout, it's a 6-point spread, and the ball's loose, and it is still loose.
I know we can't replay that, but if you bounce past the ball in, Jeff, on underneath out of bounds, he catches that. He throws it hard and high at the guy's shoulder, and Krim lost the ball. Those are just little things that when you're taking the ball out of bounds underneath, you got to bounce past it in.
So you and I have the occasion to talk about forced and unforced turnovers. That feels like a strategic turnover.
It was. I mean, I think if you make the right pass, then it doesn't happen.
Chaney plays to Woods.
Oh, here's a lob.
Backdoor, Harris for 2.
Great play. Fairfield does not switch. Warning on red. They tapped the ball. They tapped the ball to set up their press. There's teams that do that. They'll make a shot, tap the ball, so they can set up their press on defense. They kind of got caught by a veteran official there. But Fairfield doesn't switch, so those backdoor lobs are often open against the Indians.
4-point ball game. Man pressure. No trap, and Tolbert has it. Tolbert looking to make a move on Chaney. Pops 12 feet away. Tapped out. Chased down, initially saved, and we head the other way.
I do not like the flow of Fairfield's offense right now. A lot of one-on-one, not as much screening action, not as much passing. They're out of rhythm a little bit. Coach Wyrick will get them back. That's a lot of times you run a set play and make them run certain actions. But right now they're really struggling as Princeton's kind of holding the ball there. Look which side he is on, Jeff.
Myers low on the left. And he misses the shot for the first time tonight down inside the paint.
Yeah, right on the left side like you pointed out earlier. Here we go. They're running a set play now. Here we go. That's Coach Wyrick doing a great job. GMC Coach of the Year last year.
Coney got a touch. Here's Tolbert, fills the lane, outside, 3 on the way!
What a great pass by Tolbert.
So Ray Coney logs on from long distance, and this is the biggest lead of the ball game at 7 points.
That was a great pass.
Is it Myers again? This time he goes to the floater, 12 feet out, loose, and here comes Fairfield looking to up their 7-point lead. Woods outside, nice step around. Tolbert 18 feet away, can't get it to drop.
That's a tough shot. A lot of times you want to get a 3 or you want to get a little bit closer. 18-foot pull-up is a tough shot for Krim.
Myers. By the way, when Myers gets the ball up high, you start thinking about moving somebody his way out to the left as we got a shot falling through for Rodney Harris.
What a great pass by Myers.
So going back to that point on Myers, though, right? You see him get it at the top of the key. You automatically drive somebody down to that low left.
Yeah, you got to make sure that you don't let him, if you're Fairfield, Jeff, you don't want him driving as he shoots a 3.
3 straight on.
2 assisted 3s in a row for the Indians. This is the Indians we were talking about the pregame and what's happened the first 4 is sharing the ball. But yeah, going back to Myers, he's just so good at driving the ball. So Princeton's putting him in all these actions to try to get the ball inside as he posts up right now. You cannot steal a post-entry pass. Woods knows that. His dad's getting ready to tell him, don't steal the post-entry. When you're stuck behind, you got to just stay behind. You got to stay behind. Again, I talked earlier, I'm going to say it again. Woods has a chance to be that Defensive Player of the Year for the GMC.
By the way, Logan Woods has amped it up here in this second half. He's got 8 of his 13 here in the opening minutes of this second half.
Ooh.
Here's Harris, a long 3. It misses everything. Chaney chases it down. He gets the fall, but before that can happen, we head the other way.
Yeah, he stepped out of bounds on the rebound. That was like opposite of what you thought you would see. Usually you'd see Chaney shoot the 3 and Harris rebound, but that was vice versa there. Great effort for Chaney trying to get the offensive rebound. Myers getting a well-deserved break. Well-deserved break.
So Myers comes out, and Steele takes his place in the lineup, and we do see that full court pressure. It's token as Chaney will take on the ball handler Ray Coney.
I'd like to see some more set plays, which they're running here. Little 2-man action on this side of the court, closest to us with Krim and Woods again.
Speaking of Krim, fills the lane, the right-hand runner, no good. Rogers the rebound.
Krim missed Woods.
Woods gives it up. Krim from the corner, he knocks it down.
Woods did not miss Krim though. Again, 3 straight assisted 3-pointers for the Indians. Great passes.
Deshaun has 10, and it's a double-digit lead for the first time tonight, 41-30.
Kind of feels like it's getting away a little bit, doesn't it, Jeff?
It sure does. Here's Harris low on the right, draws the double, goes up strong and one!
Not too sure what Amir did. He stood straight up. That's why he allowed him to get the spacing here. So if you watch him spin inside, Rogers straight up. His left hand might have hit him. What great effort, man. What great effort by Harris. Rodney Harris, great football player for the Princeton Vikings, who had a great football season this year under new coach Andre Parker.
Here's Harris. I'll finish up on that point. No good, and Rogers the rebound. But to that point, Coney is a defensive back. Harris is a wide receiver. It wouldn't be unusual to see those two match up on the gridiron that way.
Absolutely.
Myers back in the ballgame, has it now, dashing down the lane. His team down by 9. And he lost control. We'll head the other way. So that low on the left, and again, this time they did put somebody low on the left there, and this time it was Woods. And Myers not having any of it. You see him in the middle of your picture, had to be restrained.
Well, he's trying to, he thought Woods pushed him, but he didn't. He just dribbled it straight out of bounds. Wood played good defense. And I'm sure Coach Wyatt's trying to get him a call here as Wyatt's wearing out that referee bad right now.
Coney maintains the handle. His team up by 9, under 2 to play. High screen by Rogers. Down the right lane, line to the hole.
That's Bronston's layup. Bronston's hit a couple threes early. Harris was not going to help in and allowed him to get straight to the rim. That's the shooter's layup sometimes. It's sitting out there on that three-point line.
So, partner, as we were talking before, the assisted three-pointers are good, and you get those high screens, and meanwhile, Myers tries to answer. He cannot do so, and he'll go to the line.
Looks like Bronston got him on a foul there. I tell you, I am impressed with Myers' ability to attack the basket. I mean, he's putting so much pressure on Fairfield's defense right at the rim. Very impressed with him. You know, this is being our first time seeing Princeton play this year. You know, Princeton plays a great schedule. They're going out of town for a holiday classic. They're going down to Florida. They're hosting one, and then they're going to Florida. But talk about schedules. Here you go, Fairfield's non-league. You ready? Coming up, St. X, Wayne, St. Vincent, St. Mary, and the Ross Rams. Honestly, that's a whale of an out-of-conference schedule.
1 for 2 for Myers, who had come in shooting 91% at the line. Can't wait to see David Lane, by the way.
Oh, yeah, he's got his Rams humming tonight. It looks like they were leading by 10 going into the fourth over Mount Healthy on Chatterbox.
2 on 2, Woods on Krim, and now outside to Coney, who would score the last basket down this way. Off the high screen this time by Woods. Goes up strong. Boy, that's another beauty.
What control. Same one that did the little spin, Coney, in the first half, and he has some control of his left hand that time.
Woods, no good. He drew the foul.
What a nice play by Krim at the other end, and then gets the foul down here.
Fouls on Krim. So Krim picks up his third, and that's 4 team fouls on Fairfield here in this half. Princeton has 2 with 52.2 to go here in this third period.
Riley Woods, a 57% free throw shooter. Misses the first for the Indians. Indians got to get this pace going again, Jeff. This has kind of been...
So we see Dorian Williams check out, and Joey Chaney, who you and I talked a lot about coming into this ball game. Prolific JV shooter a year ago, had a hot game a game ago, and looking to see him get started here in this one.
Colerane's not guarding the way Fairfield's guarding tonight, that's for sure. Well, when you get the scouting report out as teams start playing more and more, it makes it tougher and tougher. Here's the clear out for Woods.
Logan, a 3 on the way! His 4th of the night.
Coach Wyrick felt an advantage there, and he cleared the whole right side out for Woods, who I thought was going to take it to the rim, but he kept backing off, and had a wide open 3.
The Wright State commit gives him the biggest lead of the ball game at 14. Harris slow on the right. Rogers gives him all he can handle.
Yeah, it looked like he held his ground there. Good job for Rogers on defense.
Here's a 3 for Coney. He draws air and nothing else, and we head out of bounds with 8 seconds left to go. We head the other way.
Coney's putting his head down. He knew he made a mistake, Jeff. 8 seconds to go. They needed the last shot. What I love about Woods, he ran right over to him. Don't worry about it. Play the next play. We'll look at that at film tomorrow morning, but don't worry about that play. He knew he shouldn't have shot that. It's a bad shot, but
we'll see if we get a final shot off here from the corner. No good for Bronston. Beg your pardon for Dorian Williams, and the heave-ho doesn't go, and we are through 3, and Fairfield has opened this one up. 48-34 here at the arena here on Chatterbox Plus. 14-point lead. That one escalated in a hurry in the third.
It did real quick, 48-34. We talked a little bit, Jeff, about the non-league schedule for the Indians, but the longest part of my conversation with Coach DJ Wyrick, Coach Wyrick, I apologize saying his first name, but was the early exit last year, losing the West. It has driven these guys in the offseason. Weight room, shooting, and he thinks that they want to win the league, but they want to make a run deep in a tournament.
Krim off the stop and go. The runner misfires. The rebound, the put back for Tolbert.
Great weak side rebound. Coach Wyrick came out with the same play to start the fourth as he did the third, with a little two-man action on the weak side.
Tolbert's been a little quiet. Near steal for Krim. He tried to save it down the sideline. And a headlong dive. Great effort right in front of the Tribe. And by the way, speaking of the Tribe, great to see the student section emblazoned here at the arena.
Yeah, and they're across from their bench, which is nice. Fairfield switched sides this year. You got their student section over here and Princeton's over here, but what a great atmosphere here at the Indian Arena tonight. Indians Arena.
It's Woods.
Low
on the right.
A lot of standing around, Jeff.
Well, the easiest offensive players to guard are the ones that aren't moving, right?
That's right.
It's Myers again, low on the left. This time zigzags, and now we've got some contact.
Yep. A little late whistle, but it was the right call.
Mason King got in his way, and they'll pick up the personal.
Yeah, a little bit of a late call, but it was the right call. Again, Meyer putting pressure on the Fairfield defense by going right to the rim. Kid plays a lot of energy. Lots of energy. Coach Wyrick down here talking to Krim. Make sure they end this game the right way, up 16. King with a quick couple minutes there for the Indians.
By the way, I want to mention Logan Woods for a second. He really sparked that third quarter. He scored 11 of his 16 points in that third period.
Again, we talked about those spurts, and Coach Wyatt talked about the toughness for Princeton not to allow those spurts to get him. But honestly, Jeff, you just called it. That spurt in the third quarter by Woods really has created this separation in this game.
Here's Krim, low on the right. Oh, that's a beauty move. No finish, though. Everything but the bucket. Myers outside to the corner. The three ball off the mark.
Wide open.
To the rack! Thank you very much.
Great transition. A lot of times when you run up and try to press like Princeton does, you can leak out those guys. Cherry pick, as they call it. And what a great pass by Krim to look ahead.
Bronston with two the easy way. He's got 8 points off the bench, 52-35. A little early to call that an exclamation point, but right now that's the closest thing we've got to it. Three straight on! Caden Stevens logs on.
A little lefty, nice shot.
Caden's a 6'1" junior. He makes it a 52-38 game. Three to answer back, way too long. Bronston misfires, but the putback by Krim.
Not a great shot by Fairfield for the three, but a good offensive rebound.
Deshaun has 12. 54-38. Myers low on the right. Can't work in on Tolbert. Now goes towards the baseline, high off the window, and saved by his teammate. Before we can get the runner in the lane by Dorian Williams, we got to stop.
Myers is just, he can't even breathe. He's leaning over right now for Princeton. This kid, Jeff, is playing his heart out tonight. He's giving everything he's got. Everything he's got. And, you know, somebody's got to step up. Hey, the elephant in the room is this. Bowen Hardman's not playing.
Right.
Ohio State commit. Okay, so these guys are all trying to ramp up their game more than what they've been used to doing. But I would tell you, Myers is doing that. He's given the Vikings everything they have tonight. Great effort.
Dorian Williams back in the line. He's got a couple points in the book tonight as he makes.
Williams' second is good.
As we are going through this game, it's a 15-point margin. Thinking about a play of the night powered by Headlines Apparel. And it's got to be in the third as we have the and one.
Tolbert just uses his body so well to not create the charge. What an amazing shot by Tolbert. Tolbert does a lot of really good things, and this is one of them right here. The extra pass, one more. Watch him use his body, kind of slides, and doesn't allow the guy to take the charge as Tolbert stacks up. Tolbert, I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. He's going to be in the running for the GMC Player of the Year.
Absolutely.
The kid can play, man. He does everything. Offensively, defensively. Shares the ball.
2 years ago when he played for Mount Healthy and he was his league's MVP, he was top 2 in the league in 4 categories. Here's Cheney for a long 3. Back iron and hit the constraint, and we head the other way with 4:57 to go. So points, rebounds, assists, and steals, I believe.
All of it. He's a stat stuffer. It's really hard to press these guys, Jeff, because you got really good guards that are not allowing themselves to get trapped and passing out of it. And then if they one more pass it, it just gives you so much opportunity at the rim. Fairfield is really hard to press.
So Isaiah Myers checks back into the ball game for Princeton.
Quick break.
Colin, beg your pardon, 3. Caden Stevens checks out. 18-point spread. Here's Coney dashing down the lane, pops 10 feet away, outside, 3 from the corner, off the mark. Here's the putback for Krim, no good. Bronston initially got the handle of it, tapped away from him, and he'll stay up front with 4:46 to go.
Now Bronston has shot 2 threes quick, and Fairfield's been able to get the offensive rebounds. I'm sure Coach Wyrick's going to show him some tape on that as Woods gets a quick one there.
3 from the corner and another air ball. 18-point spread.
This is a 5-out action.
Myers spins towards the left to the hole. No good. Back iron. He's gone cold. Outlet Bronston.
There you go.
We'll wait for the rest of his troops.
Yep, control the ball. Good heady play by Bronston.
By the way, Owens really developed in the offseason. We saw him last year. He didn't have this kind of ability. 3 from the wing. Off the mark for Tolbert. Dorian Williams low left. Rebound Tolbert. And we were kidding with our producer Reed Mouse tonight, and this one tapped out, and we head the other way. Colin Tolbert, depending upon what sport you like or what genre of anything you like, he's either Hannes Wagner, who you may not know, or Bugs Bunny.
Right. I'll let that conversation stay with you two guys. I think he's a hell of a basketball player. He's good, man. He does a lot. He does so much. Nice little pull-up jumper for Princeton there.
Yeah, that's a beauty. 15 feet away for Jaden Arnold.
Good little pull-up.
His first 2 of the night to make it 57-41. Well, the Bugs Bunny reference is to a baseball cartoon where he's circling the bases. He's throwing these wild change-up pitches to make batters miss, doing everything. 3 from the corner, and it seems that Fairfield's gone cold from long distance.
Yeah, and Bronston is 0 for 3 of his last 3.
Tolbert accelerating down the lane to the rack, misfires, but will go to the line.
Just great body control, able to get to the foul lines. He has such control of the ball, and we talked about him earlier. He played in the SWAC for Mount Healthy. Stat stuffer, really, really good. Comes in, blends in really well, according to Coach Wyrick with the guys. You know, I hate to say this, it's real early. It's hard to be back-to-back GMC champs. We talked about it. But it happened just recently when East was in 19 and 20. But It's really hard in this league to do that. But Coach Wyrick says, Coach, I know you think I'm crazy. I worry about the league, but not as much as I did last year. We want to make a deep, deep run in the tournament. If we win the league, we win the league. But we are really aiming our efforts to the tournament this year.
1 of 2 on the last trip. Runner, a high, wild shot for Stevens, no good. Here comes Fairfield. Logan Woods with 2 more down the left lane line, 60-41.
Yeah, they're leaking out now. We're going to try to get a dunk from somebody. Timeout, Coach Wyatt. Probably going to be a full timeout. I think he's out of 30s.
So Stevens gets another bucket. His second 3, and we now have a timeout when we'll hold things right here with 2:49 left to go here in this contest. Partner, as we circle back and think about our headlines, apparel, play of the night, you and I had some thoughts on the first half, but I kind of think now, if you're thinking more along the lines of the game action and maybe not like a true highlight, I think it might have been one of the Logan Woods threes back in the third period.
It did. He kind of pulled him away, that spurt ability that Fairfield has and that Coach Wyatt talks about. And, I mean, he's a great, great player, an excellent kid in school. And we talked earlier a little bit, Jeff, about their non-league. That St. Vincent St. Mary game is a flying to the hoop game, and it's a profile game. It's a profile game. When you play St. Vincent St. Mary, that means you're going to be part of the profile game, and the Fairfield Indians are going to represent the GMC in that game, Southwest Ohio basketball. That's going to be exciting for the Indian fans.
By the way, the next few days or the next week or so, it might be really hard for Middletown. Middletown has to take on the home team tonight here in Fairfield, and then after that they get Princeton. And given what we've seen tonight out of both teams in differing minutes of the ball game, that's going to be a very big challenge for the Middies.
3 new coaches in the GMC this year. We talked about Kerr at Coleraine. We got Timmy Austin at Sycamore, and Kelvin Moss, Middletown grad, taking over the Middletown Middies. I'm telling you, you better get the Middies now because he will get them rolling. He will get them rolling. His heart's in that town, and he will get them rolling. But to your point, Jeff, they ain't going to be rolling against Fairfield or Princeton. It's going to be tough for them.
Beauty stop and go here by Woods. 3 straight on for Coney, and he misfires. Can't draw iron, out of bounds. We head the other way with 2:35 to go.
Yeah, that was Tolbert with the shot there, but he probably was so open, he didn't know he was that open, and he airballed it. And that's the one where there's nobody around you. You can't say he got fouled. He just straight up airballed the shot. But
up top to Riley Woods, back outside.
nice
Arnold,
play.
no good. And Fairfield initially had possession. Mason King had it knocked away from him and some contact as well.
Yeah, it looks like this would be a 30.
And we'll hold things right here with 2:17 to go. As we start to see it clear out here from the Princeton fans at this point, it will be Fairfield to up their record at 5-0, and a heck of a start from the defending GMC champs.
Absolutely. And like you said, to your point earlier, the next 3 games for the Indians, they're home here against Middletown, they're at Mason, and then they're home again the 21st against St. Xavier, which will be a really good game. And Princeton, like you said, they're at West. They play Middletown at home, and then that's when they start their holiday tournament and then go out of town for the holidays as well. So we're in the middle of, or right at the beginning of what's so fun in December basketball, high school basketball here in Southwest Ohio.
And talking about the GMC as a whole, you know, we were talking about some of the other players around the league. We didn't get a chance to really talk about Lakota West since the pregame. They came into this ball game, or this Friday matchup tonight, at 2-1, and they've got the biggest scorer in the league right now at Nathan Dudukovic at 24 probably.
Absolutely, and a little surprised he didn't make that layup. Yeah, Dudukovic is a great scorer. Last score I seen was West was taking care of Hamilton tonight.
King the rebound, threw it away, and a foul as Isaiah Myers was making his move to the hoop, and he was fouled from behind.
But to your point, Coach Wyrick said, he asked me, he goes, Coach Van Winkle, have you ever seen so many good players in this league? And the answer is probably no. I mean, you got Division I guards all over the place. You got Hamilton with the Division I center going to UC, Sutherland, Sycamore, Dudukovic, West. Fairfield's got 3 guys. You got Hardman that's going to Ohio State for Princeton. I know I'm probably missing somebody. You got East, who has a bunch of really good players. Not necessarily D1 guys, but they'll be college guys because he pumps out college guys like crazy, Coach Atkins does for Lakota East.
Well, he's got them running defensively. I think that's been something that's been interesting to start the season, to see them press.
They are, and the thing is, they gave up 28 points to a kid from Hamilton, and I asked Coach Atkins, when's the last time you gave up 28 points to anybody? And he goes, you know what, it's been a long time. But that's what you do. I mean, when you're pressing the way they're pressing, as they turn it over, Tolbert with a missed layup and an out of bounds. This is good tape for Coach Wyrick, though. This is good tape. He'll be able to get in the morning and show some of this stuff. And if you want to put teams away, for real, you can't just throw it out of bounds like that. But
so it's been a game of increments, especially from the second half on. When we saw the initial 3 to start off the second half by Woods, and they doubled their lead from 3 to 6, it was on from that point. We got a 15-point spread with 1:43 to go.
Absolutely. Good effort for Princeton. They're just not quite there yet, trying to find their way without their best player.
3 off the wing, way too long for Williams. Up ahead. Here's Logan Woods to the rack. No good. Coney can't finish.
Woods and Tolbert looked at the defender instead of looking at the rim, and both of them blew 2 layups.
Wow, and there's a wide air ball, but it's saved as Stevens misfires. Here's a 3 from the wing. Back iron, no good for Jaden Arnold, and we go the other way.
Yeah, both Woods and Tolbert in transition, Jeff. We're kind of looking back at the defender and not looking at the rim. Concentrate on the rim first. Don't worry about the defender. Been a clean game. I mean, not a lot of fouls. Neither team fouling a ton here in the second half.
Yeah, in fact, Princeton has yet to give up the bonus, and Fairfield has 7 fouls, but they haven't fouled in a few minutes now.
Yep. Little sloppy for Fairfield here.
Throw it away. Here's Williams off the wing, 2-on-1. No good. No good for Isaiah Myers.
Coach Wyrick called a timeout. This is a good timeout. This is a good timeout, Jeff. It's a 30. No, I'm sorry. It's a 30-second timeout, and he's calling this for 2 reasons. One, he's getting some subs in the game, okay, which is great. And number 2, he's going to talk to his guy in real time about these turnovers at the end of the game. He's not going to be happy with it at all.
No, in fact, the final stats on assisted turnovers won't be very pretty tonight for either team. But some of this right now is garbage time play, and that's to be expected. You have second teamers coming on in, trying to show off a little bit in front of the coach, right? Because you're looking for ways to get playing time. And, to be fair, especially if you're Fairfield, if you're outside that starting 5 and the rotation of 7 maybe, you're going to be hard-pressed to get minutes.
Absolutely, and I was wrong, Jeff. He's leaving his starters in with 50 seconds to go, up 15, but that was a coaching timeout. He's not happy with the turnovers.
Full court pressure and a reach in as Riley Woods picks up the personal.
Coach Wyrick talking to Coach Krim right now, or to Coach Krim. I called him Coach Krim because they're communicating like that, but talking to Krim as a player right now. And again, that's only the 16th foul, I think you just said, for Princeton, who played a really good, clean defensive game. Those spurts killed them.
Well, and there's also a precept about living and dying by the 3, and in the third, Fairfield lived by the 3.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Krim filling the lane for Bronston, try to get a Showtime jam, has it rejected by Harris.
That's just like a turnover.
Myers stuck down, and what's the call?
Looks like you got a foul going up. Again, guess who's attacking the rim?
Yes.
He's attacking the rim, and he's had a great game for the Vikings. As Coach Wyatt, we talked earlier, he did the 5:30 in the morning shooting thing, and he's trying to change the mentality of his guys to try to get in the upper echelon of the GMC. He said, Coach, the one thing that he's noticed in this league, it's a great shooting league. So that's why he put so much emphasis on coming in early and getting the free throw percentages higher, 3-point percentages higher. As he steps up and hits one, Myers.
So Myers had come into the ball game shooting 91% at the line. However, he's missed a couple tonight. And that's been kind of part and parcel with the whole team tonight, in that it's not the missed free throws in as much as it's the ability or the lack thereof to answer back with a bucket when Fairfield got buckets, especially in the third period.
Absolutely.
Here's that trap, and quickly broken. Krim gives it up to Tolbert. And will they just play keep away for the rest of the way?
Yeah, more
sure looks like it.
Yeah, they're not going to shoot it.
12 to play.
Little triangle action.
Woods will hold on to it, our star of the ball game, and that's the way she ends tonight. Fairfield goes away a winner, a big win tonight over Princeton, 60-46. The Indians improved to 5-0.
Absolutely, extremely impressed with the Indians. We were both anxious to see what they really have, and they are very, very good, very, very balanced, and they're a fun team to watch. Don't count out Princeton. I mean, they just lost their best player a couple games ago. They're going to find their way, and with Coach Wyatt as a coach, he will get them where they need to be. They're going to be a tough out. They just need to find their way, Jeff.
Princeton drops to 2-2 on the season. To your point, they played spirited ball for about 2.5 quarters. Fairfield just kind of got away from them once Logan Woods started making threes. Time now for our Headlines Apparel Play of the Night, partner. A tough choice because I'm having a hard time thinking of one myself, but I'll opt to you first.
Yeah, so 3 things to think about. The 2 scoop shots from Coney, the dunk from Bronston, but the third quarter display from Woods is probably where I would go. It's not an individual play, but it was really with the separation of the game. So a lot of good highlights tonight as the Fairfield Indians are getting ready to do what's a huge tradition here for the Indians, and they're going to ring that victory bell, hopefully like the Kentucky Wildcats do tomorrow against Notre Dame. As Reed Mouse gives me the thumbs
he gives his sign of approval, or the lack thereof.
Right.
Partner, I did want to make mention of this on Fairfield. And part of it's given what we've seen tonight, and part of it is what we've already seen and what we know about this team going in. Is this a top 10 team in the state?
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, there is no doubt. They're the number 1 team in Cincinnati, in my opinion, the number 1 team in Cincinnati. They're not better than Centerville, but when you talk about the best 2 teams in Southwest Ohio, you don't go much further than Centerville and Fairfield, as we got some stats here. And I tell you what a second half for the Indians, we talked about turnovers. They had 10, I think, in the first half, and only 17 for the game.
Okay.
That was a huge stat for them. 18 points for Woods. Again, coming up with 4 rebounds. They're balanced. Coney, 13 points. Krim, 12 points. Tolbert, 9 points, 7 rebounds. You got Owen Bronston, 8. Logan Woods, 18. That is a balanced attack. And then you got 19 points and 6 rebounds for Isaiah Myers. And then Harris had 15 and 8. And that's about it. I mean, they got to find some more guys to score. I thought it was going to be Chaney. They didn't let him get loose tonight at all. Fairfield with a great defensive game.
Final thought on Myers particularly, right? Once Fairfield started guarding the left lane line, down low on the block on the post, and gave Myers some trouble, I thought that's when the game really changed.
It did. They changed it. They rotated with help. Again, that's Coach Wyrick with some adjustments. Veteran coach, GMC Coach of the Year last year. He's got a great team, and it's going to be fun. Hopefully the Chatterbox will cover Fairfield a few times this year, and it's going to be fun to come watch them again.
Final thoughts on this one?
Well, Indians are for real, folks. They are the GMC champs, and they are reigning GMC champs, and I think they're the team to beat until somebody shows us different.
Partner, was fun tonight. Can't wait to do it again.
Absolutely.
Again, the final tonight. Fairfield goes away a winner, 60-46. The Indians improve to 5-0. Princeton falls to a record of 2-2 as the Indians stay up on top of the GMC. Thanks to our crew tonight, our producer, the mighty one, Reed Mouse, and our videographer was Ian Kallmeyer. For the coach, Sean Van Winkle, I'm Geoff Kim. Good night from Fairfield.